corporate social responsibility, CSR, community relations, corporate citizenship. All these ideas and all these terms sound very fancy and are newly on all the agendas of all corporations. However, although they sound very formal, we will check what those actually mean, what companies actually do, because at core there are only activities that want to support the enhancement of the relationship with the stakeholders of a company. The problem nowadays is that corporations cannot do what they used to in their classical way, and that was manufacturing the product, selling the product, and reinvesting the profit. Well, nowadays they need to take care about the communities they operate within, and that is because it is essential for them to have a good image and a good reputation. It's not because they want to do it, it's because they have to do it, because the society nowadays is asking these aspects from them. The difference happened because in the past, people like you and me were not able to express our opinions, we were not having access to information, but nowadays, thanks to social media, to newspapers, to all the news organizations, it's not just that we know what is happening in the society. We might know about the bad practices of a company. We actually can express our opinion targeted against the company if we don't like or we don't agree with the actions, and that can be a huge issue or a huge crisis for their image and for their reputation, and they take it very seriously. We will talk about communication strategies and how corporations can use communication strategies to communicate or to talk about their activities in CSR, corporate social responsibility, as it is more important to seem that they do something than actually doing something. Companies have at hand free strategies to communicate about their activities for the community and how they support it, and in the next minutes we will talk about these free strategies. John Ellington introduced the notion of triple bottom line, mentioning that CSR includes people, planet, and profit. People stands for all social and labor issues both inside and outside the organization, including employee support and compensations, gender and ethnic balance of the workforce, reduction of corruptions and fraud. Planet refers to the responsibility of organizations to integrate environmental care into its business operation, such as reduction of harmful waste and residues and the development of environmentally friendly production processes. And finally, profit involves the conventional bottom line of manufacturing and selling products so as to generate financial returns for the organization and its shareholders. Because nobody knows exactly how to handle CSR, the companies know that they need to do something about it, but how do you communicate it in a nice way, not to brag about it, not to seem that you did too much or too little? Well, there is an explosion of codes of conduct about communication about CSR. The most known codes of conduct include the OECD guidelines for multinational enterprises, which include recommendations for voluntary principles and standards of ethical businesses UN Global Compact principles, which involve 10 principles that focus on human rights, working conditions, the environment, and anti-corruption. Therefore, in this perspective, since there is a lot of code of conduct that companies can follow, we have right now to present free strategies to communicate about the corporate social responsibility activities. The first strategy is an informational strategy. There is not necessarily a persuasive intent, but companies instead aim to produce information and news for the media, as well as a variety of brochures, societal reports, pamphlets, magazines, facts, numbers and figures to inform the general public. The second strategy is a stakeholder response strategy. Stakeholders are asked for feedback on CSR activities or more generally in response to organization decisions and actions. They are asked about their opinions and expectations, but it is ultimately the company's decisions what the focus of CSR activities should be. The risk here is that CSR is perceived as largely a marketing or PR ploy rather than a steadfast commitment to stakeholders and society. And finally, the third and in some sense preferred strategy is the stakeholder involvement strategy. There is a real mutual dialogue between a company and its stakeholders. Stakeholders have a genuine say in the CSR communities of a company, with the company trying to meet, if not exceed, the expectations of various stakeholders, groups, and social and environmental issues. The advantage is that by engaging in a dialogue, a company ensures that it keeps abreast not only of its stakeholders' expectations and any shifts in expectations, but also of its potential influence on those expectations. This was everything for this video about communication strategy in terms of corporate social responsibility communication. If you enjoyed it, like the video down below, and remember that you can watch more by clicking on this video right here to learn about the difference between corporate citizenship and corporate social responsibility. Before checking other videos on my channel about corporate communication or marketing, I want to let you know that if you are an entrepreneur or a manager, in the links down below there is something that will help you a lot. I've created a communication plan, a marketing plan, and overall a business strategy by the book, exactly how the book says you should react and how you should build a real business plan, and you can download it in the links down below. There is a manual that will give you all the information you need to know about marketing, about communication, and about business overall to be able to come out with a business plan, and there is a notebook with step-by-step information to be followed in order to create all the business plans that you need for the company. It is really important that you should have a business plan when you have a new company or when you manage one. Therefore, check the links down in the description because it will help you greatly. Remember that you can also help me in the classical ways of liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and also leave a comment down below in the comment section. It helps me a lot with the YouTube algorithm. And of course, if you really want to support my channel, you can activate the membership options. It only costs $2, or you can buy me a coffee in the link right here. Because I drink quite a lot of coffee in creating these videos, I make the scenario with all the information, I film the videos, I edit the videos so you can watch them for free. All these thank you options are available for you, and I will see you at the next episode.